Y'all got it all down? Okay. In calculus, you want to find the equation of the tangent line. And you take the derivative. The derivative is just what you found. But you put the limit, you got to know the limit theory as h approaches 0. And as h approaches 0 of this function, what happens to the h term? Using this, and you'll learn that the first week of calculus if you don't learn it before then, takes this term and does what with it? Cancels it. And you don't have to write this down. And your last answer in calculus is negative 4x plus 5. And that is the derivative of this. How do you know? Well, in calculus, you do this first, and then you learn how to take the derivative of something. And you take the derivative by multiplying the exponent times this. What's 2 times 2? Negative 4, or yeah. And you subtract 1 off of that. And then the derivative of 5x is 5. Look there. Wow. It's the same thing. And that's what you learn in calculus. So, to understand what you're doing in calculus, you've got to know that this question, this difference quotient, you might want to put a little plastic tab on your notes and in your book about the difference quotient, because you're going to see it again. Okay? That's just something for your information. It's one of those things that you need to write down, and like shortcuts and the exponential laws, the difference quotient, and how to do it. If I give you 5 of these to do for homework, you might want to do 10 or 15. Okay? Because they're very important later on. So let's do a nerd. Because, Mr. Jordan, you sent not only two good test questions, but 2 good questions for later on. You're doing pretty good. Mr. Jordan, right? Who's Mr. Jordan? Jones. I'm sorry. I thought I saw Jordan up there. I'm sorry. Oh, I suck. All right, that one says 2x squared plus 6x plus 9. The answer is going to be 4x plus 6. That's what you should get. No coffee in class. I lay off in Marlboro Reds. I'm just kidding. I have some cough drops. I could get some, but I don't have any. I had some in my office. Welcome to it. Alrighty. Y'all ready? So I'm going to rewrite this guy, and I'm going to put this in a circle, just like I did before. And I'm going to rewrite this as 2 parentheses squared plus 6 parentheses plus 9. And I'm going to rewrite f of x. I'm going to rewrite that. This is f of x, be minus 2 parentheses squared plus 6 parentheses plus 9, and all that over h. And here I'm going to plug in what? And here I'm going to plug in x. Because this says plug in x plus h, and this one says plug in x. Two times x squared plus 2xh plus h squared plus 6x plus 6h plus 9 minus 2x squared minus 6x minus 9 all over h. 2x squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared plus 6x plus 6h plus 9 minus 2x squared minus 6x minus 9 all over h. And what's going to cancel? Well, let's see. Take our red marker. And the 2x squared is going to cancel with what? The 9 is going to cancel with the negative 9, and the 6x is going to cancel with the negative 6x. And that's going to leave you with 4xh plus 2h squared plus 6h over h. And you can cancel that with that and one of those and that. And you get 4x plus 2h plus 6. Now that's your algebraic answer. Your calculus answer would be 4x plus 6. But you'll get to that eventually. So that's your final answer. Does that help you? Kind of helps to have some highlighters on this one. So you can highlight, plug in that, so you can back up and see that that's whatever this is right here, that's where you're going to plug in. That's this right here and this right here minus the, sorry, hold on. There. Capiche? Alright, let's do nerd. Let's see. 2.691/8. 2.691/8. Alright, try that one. It says find f of x and g of x such that h of x is equal to f composed of g of x. Okay, so you got to think Bass-Ackers. If you don't know what Bass-Ackers is, it's your parents' fault. All right, so they're saying that h of x is equal to f composed of g of x, right? H of x is equal to f composed of g of x, right? So that means that you had to rewrite f of x in terms of parentheses, and g of x is equal to something, right? That's what f composed of g of x is, right? It's a function of x with g stuck into it, right? So that takes care of this. Now they are giving us h of x, given h of x is equal to what? 7 minus 7x quantity squared, Hubert. That's right, class. 7 minus 7x quantity squared. Come on. Think.
But are they not giving you g of x too?
Yeah, that's what we're wanting. I want you to tell me the answer to the question is, and get this thing to work, f of x is equal to something, and g of x is equal to something. Okay, y'all don't need to be silent here. You need to be interacting with me here, you know. I kind of gave you a hint with the highlighter here. Okay, enunciate. Speak up.
This was inside the parentheses.
Okay. What? Tell me what's inside the parentheses.
7 minus 7.
Okay, what is 7 minus 7x?
G of X.
Good job. You are so smart. And what is f of x?
X squared.
Good job. To check it, do f composed of g of x. How do you do f composed of g? You rewrite f of x as a set of what?
Parentheses.
And then what do you do with g?
Put them in parentheses. That gives you 8.
So you got to go what? Go backwards. This is a check. This is your answer. Now, what gives you this answer? These parentheses right here gives you that answer. Take your highlighter whenever you see one like this, rewrite this guy, and take that highlighter and highlight that right there, and it'll start you on the way to undoing it. Does that help? Let's go again. Let's do another one. You're just going backwards, basically. All right, try that, and then we'll go with another one like it. I'll find one like it. We'll do a couple of these until you get it. Okay? H of x is equal to f composed of g. So that means h of x is equal to something in parentheses and then something raised to it, and then you take g of x and plug it in. So that means f of x is equal to something and g of x is equal to something. And f of x has got the parentheses because f composed of g means that you take f and write it in parentheses and you plug g into it. So g, whatever g is in the middle. So you know right now that inside, what's g of x?
4 minus 7.
So whatever's inside is g of x. Now, how do I know that? Because of this. That means you're plugging in g right there. Now, what if I had g of f? Well, then that's different. That means f of x is going to be in the middle. So, if g of x is equal to this guy, then what is f of x? X squared, because you've got parentheses squared. So this is x squared, and that goes into this. So that's your answer here. We'll go in and do some more of the homework problems. After we go over homework problems, we'll go back in and I'll find some of those, because I think y'all need some more practice on these. Okay, 2.6, I don't know what that is. VQ2, I don't know what that is. Question number 10.
I think that one was just finding the domain again.
Okay, well, let's look at it and see if we've done one like it. Okay, we can do it. That's okay. This one's a good test question, too. So write it down. And go ahead and start on it, because they give you F composed of G. F composed of G means that I'm going to rewrite F in terms of what? Big parentheses. So here's F of X. So 1 over parentheses minus 2. And what goes into the parentheses?
X squared plus 1.
X squared plus 1. So now we got to simplify that. What do you mean simplify? Well, you got all this mess down here. You need to simplify it. So 1 over, there's a 1 out here. Distribute that 1, and it clears the parentheses. So that'd be x squared plus 1 minus 2. And what's 1 minus 2? Say again. And you get x squared minus 1. What is x squared minus 1? Shortcut number 3, Hubert. That's right, class. That is F composed of G. Is the domain affected? Yes or no? That's a 50-50 shot. That's not rhetorical.
Yes.
Yes, why?
It's a fraction.
It's a fraction. I told you, the domain is going to be affected if you have a radical function or a rational function. So what do we got to do? Set the denominator equal to what? 0. X plus 1 is equal to 0. X minus 1 is equal to 0. What numbers can we not use? Negative 1 and what?
Positive 1.
Positive 1. So all real numbers except x cannot equal positive or negative what? 1. I don't care how you write it, as long as you write it. You can say, I can use all numbers except for 1 and positive 1. I'll take that answer. I'll take all reals, which is a big R with 2 fronts on it, except x cannot equal positive or negative 1. I'll take all this trash, if you want to write it like that. If you want to write it negative infinity to negative 1, and then negative 1 to positive infinity, I'll take that. Okay? however you want to write it. I don't care. So if you do this problem on test and you write this and you get it wrong, then you come see me. I'll look at it and I'll give you credit for it. Okay? Who's got a question on this one? This is a good test question. Mr. Jones, you asking good questions. Next one. No, I just lost my... I don't know what happened to my... I guess I logged out. Oh well. That's the one we just went over. I'm looking for more 110s. Okay, 2.6. Let me go look right there. Let's do one more. Okay, we did some like those. Trying to find one where we go backwards. There's one. Well, they give you that one. Alright, here we go. It says express the given function h as a composition of two functions f of g so that h of x is f composed of g of x where one of the functions is x to the 8th minus 6. While we're doing that, I gotta call the roll. Miss Brown is here. Davis. Evans is not here. Gates. I thought I saw Gates this morning.
They had some like high school thing.
Oh, okay.
So you run.
I'll count her here. I saw her in the hallway. I'm counting. Hogan finally decided to join us. Sergio's not here today. Jones is here. Leslie will be here Wednesday. Lunsford, you're here. McMurray
Here.
is here. I'm learning y'all slowly. Miss Morris. Miss Morris.
Here.
There you are. Miss Nix is here. Miss Patterson is here. And Miss Slice. Where's Miss Slice this morning?
She's at the high school. And
She's at the high school thing too?
yeah.
I'll give her. Why ain't you? Oh yeah, you graduated. I forgot. Let's see. Let me go back and I'll count her here since she's here. All right. So everybody's here. Okay, this problem. It says, express a given function, f composed of g. So h of x is equal to f composed of g. That means that you're going to have f of x equal to some function, and g of x is going to go where?
Inside.
It's going to go inside of it, right? So, we've got a function here, and something's inside of it. What's inside of it?
8.
X to the 8th minus 6. So that is
G.
g of x. So what is f of x? The 9th root of x. Why do people miss this? Oops, hold on a second. Why do people miss this problem? No, whoa. That's what I heard. Up here is what I heard.
Because of the little root thing instead of
No, actually, that's not why they miss it, but that's a good guess. Anybody want to take a stab at it?
The way it's worded.
Why? You look at this thing, you want to just what? Skip it. Actually, is it very difficult? No, because whatever this is right here is going to be whatever this is right there. Whatever this is going to be that guy right there. Whether it's an F or a G. And then, all you got to do then is take your handy dandy white marker. Okay. Can't do that. Oh, let me try it here.